Hey, what's going on, guys? Brandon here with Exotic Cars 19, making a video on a car that I originally did not intend to make a video on, because I'll be honest, I was caught off guard quite a bit, as I usually am with these sport daily drivers as they are. I am of course talking about this BMW X3 M40i. This car, I gotta say, I got totally wrong. I thought it would be a really great daily driver, and maybe it's got a sport mode, and so it's kind of fun maybe in that regard. But after I've driven it for a little bit now, stepped on it, used the paddle shifters and all that, I've actually been really blown away with it as far as just how fun it is, and you almost forget how great of a daily driver it is. So it's a really sweet two-faced car, as you guys know I'm a really big fan of. So I guess in this video I'm just going to attempt to show you guys and give justice to this car and just how much fun it is, unexpectedly so, for me anyway. So yeah, it's not gonna be a full in-depth review talking about how daily drivable it is. I know it's daily drivable, you guys know it's daily drivable. Maybe I'll talk about a couple little amenities I really like, some little specs here and there. Speaking of which, on the specs, I actually started to drive this car and really enjoy it before I even knew anything regarding the specs, and still, off the top of my head, I really don't know the specs, so I'm not going to pretend to know. I'm going to go directly to BMW, and let's run through it. Alright, so this thing is a 3-liter twin-turbo inline 6-cylinder, 355 horsepower, but 365 pound-feet of torque, and I feel that definitely. I'll talk more about that once we get rolling here. Transmission is the 8-speed Steptotronic automatic transmission, whatever that means. All I know is it shifts actually really nicely. Performance, apparently it goes 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds, and not bad at all. Top speed, 155 miles an hour, probably limited as they come from BMW. Honestly, that's probably all the specs I really want to go over. Fuel economy, 20, 27, combined 23, if you care. To be honest, I do not. I just want to drive it and show you guys just how much fun it is. So I guess before that, I want to talk real quickly about this car in particular. It's very pretty, being in white with this, I don't know what the exact name of this is, but it's almost like this Kalahari interior. It's very pretty. This kind of satin wood, all the accenting, some piano black along the interior. Very cool spec. I like this one quite a bit as it sits. You got the sunroof that opens up all the way to the back, which is really nice. I'm not gonna do this on this cold day, but this part right here can also go back to get some nice wind. The sound system's awesome. Everything about it, daily drivable for sure. The doors, one thing I noticed when I was pulling out of the garage with this thing today, the doors actually lock where you last leave them. I know Mercedes is doing that, so if you're kind of cutting it close to being, close to a car next to you, it's kind of annoying, you guys know this, when you open a car and there's like 3 or 4 spots it likes to sit at, and anywhere in between it wants to like move. With this car, wherever you leave it at with these doors, where you leave it at stays there, which is really nice because you could give it like half an inch away from like the car next to you. So that's one little mundane thing that's kind of cool. Of course, visibility is great. One cool thing that's like a bit of luxury, you notice it more in like dark situations or at night, when you're approaching the car, because it's keyless, of course, it's got like these wings on the side, and it's not connected to the door. It's actually like underneath, so they don't move with the door, but it's got these really cool stripes and like winglets. Looks very cool. Honestly, I'm missing so much. What else? Gesture control for audio, yada yada. I mean, there's a lot to the car. That's why it's not gonna be a full in-depth review. All right, with all the talking out of the way, back camera is on. Might use that for some footage, but mostly going to be for exhaust. One thing, I forgot to do the money shot here. The key, the new shape of the new X3 key is really cool. Should probably get it in the car because the wind's probably destroying the audio. But anyway, yeah, it's really cool for the M40i. It's got the M colors, of course, really nice, well shaped. Unlock, lock, back trunk, alarm, and the back is just nothing. So very nice, very cool looking, and of course it's keyless, so you don't need that anywhere. Foot on the brake, and then we start it up. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and disable the automatic start stop. It doesn't remember your last setting. You might have to take it to the dealership to program that to where it remembers the last setting. And usually with the point of view drives, as you guys may know, I like to start in a mundane, setting and all that fun stuff to see how daily drivable it is, then get sporty. Not so with this car. We all know it drives great, and honestly, this video is all about how it is when we put it in a sporty manner. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in drive normally right now. Let's go into Sport Plus. There we go. So yeah, the bunch of things changed. The extra dynamic setting, I will take BMW's word for it, and I'm gonna also go ahead and knock it over left to manual transmission. Hopefully not a whole lot of things go flying around, but let's go ahead and get rolling here. I gotta say, I mean, more on this obviously when we pick up some speed, but the transmission's really nice, and not just responsive, but really smooth too. Like, you hear the shifts, they're audible, but you don't really have them lunk around. Nothing at all like that, so that's really cool. All right, let's do a little pull here. A lot of popping off on the let off there. That is absolutely awesome. On command. That's too cool. This thing does not at all feel like an SUV. I mean, honestly, guys, this isn't an SUV that's great for daily driving, but it happens to be kind of fun. You could mistake this totally through and through as a, you know, not practical sports car. It's that much fun to me. But man, it's a great daily driver too. But this isn't about that. I mean, so great. So quick through the gears, that's unbelievable. One thing I gotta mention is, I mean, at a certain steering angle, like the one I was just in there, or even more, and you put it wide open throttle, something that you wouldn't normally do on a rear wheel drive car, on this all-wheel drive, it's a really weird sensation. It's not like, it doesn't even feel all-wheel drive. It feels like there's some external force, like some cord in the front, tugging the car very quickly. It's like that kind of confidence, like this weird pull that you feel versus like a shove from a rear wheel drive. All right, well, that is just too much fun. I drove the 6-cylinder, I believe it was, yeah, the 6-cylinder Porsche Panamera. And as you guys would see that video, you saw that I was actually pretty impressed with it. Transmission was pretty good, drove very nicely on the same road right here. I was very happy with it. However, that car is like well over 6 figures, new. And I would much rather have this one. In fact, this one even makes more sound through the exhaust, and both of them were stock exhaust systems. I actually enjoy driving this one more than the Panamera. I mean that completely honestly, and you guys know how much I love Porsche. So, yeah, that's just my honest opinion here. Open road again, so let's go ahead and put it back into sport. All right, guys, so there it is. Yeah, the BMW X3 M40i. I took this car totally wrong. I'm very glad I got some time behind it now, but very big fan of this car. It kind of makes me, you know, itch to drive some of the other ones, X6M and the likes, but or even some of their M3, M4. Like I said, I've only had very short time experience in it, and I didn't like it as much as the previous ones, but you know what, maybe I need to be more open-minded, because after my time in this, I would really like to kind of branch out to other BMW models, because this one really did it for me. I'm a big fan of this. So yeah, I guess there's not much else to it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.